And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OC as we have returned. We have returned here with our next series. We've returned with our fourth round, with the fourth round of the broadcast here again. Whew, oh my god, it has been an intense broadcast so far, and we are nearing the end. We're nearing the tail end here of said broadcast, so we'll see. We'll see how we do, how we're able to unfold and how we're able to get into this. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Yellow Zerg. We have the Yellow Zerg player himself. Ooh, it is Wayne. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Quasar Esports. It is Art. I think just Quasar. Well, let's go. So hold on, I apologize. I was just a little bit caught off guard by the match itself. But again, the fourth round has now commenced. Here we do have 6 matches currently underway, and we're nearing towards the end of that final round as well. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do get into our best of 3. For now, we do have our standard opener. We do have our gate expand out of Art. Likewise, hatch gas pool out of Wayne. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild yet. Not to begin with. Again, Wayne is a player that we have missed throughout the broadcast, at least up until this point. We did expect Wayne to actually make a deeper and deeper run, but Wayne, he went down to Nickracked earlier. He went down to 0. Very impressive performance there by Nickracked. It was, I would say, an upset, but because of that, Wayne, he's going to have to play through some more matches. He's going to have to work for that final spot. We'll see if we can get there. We shall see. Or those final spots in those playoffs. So now, nothing too crazy. Again, welcome to Incorporeal, one of the larger maps in the map pool. Is one of the larger maps. As a result, we do expect longer games. I mean, hey, last time we were here, we did see, I should say, Strange being quite greedy, quite economic, and getting away with a lot of greed as well. Coolly went for a Stargate opener. Different matchup though. And of course, this time Twilight Council out of Art. Okay, Art doubling down, being more aggressive, being more assertive. Twilight Council into what exactly? Do we go for a Dark Shrine? Do we go for Glaive Adepts? He does pull out Glaives. This does scream at Glaive Adepts here by Art, but I don't see a Robo yet, and he pulls out early. So this might even be 3 Gate Glaives into a 3rd. So when it comes to Glaive Adepts, there are different builds, there are different variations. If you recall, earlier in the broadcast, we covered Strange, and Strange, he was going for Stargate openers into 6 Gate Glaive Adepts. He was going for delayed Glaives and catching his opponent off guard. Here, if you can notice, we pulled out very early from gases. It is going to be 4 Gates Glaive Adepts, okay? That's going to be a bigger commitment than I was assuming. But so far, I don't see a Robo. Meanwhile, Jesus, 3-minute lair? 3:15? Very fast. He sees everything, by the way, but an insanely fast lair timing out of Wayne. Now, I would assume the reasoning for this fast lair is because Wayne, he feels confident that he will defend, he will survive, he will shut down this initial push, and then counterattack. As we can see here, no Robo. So I assume this is going to be 3 Gate Glaives into a 3rd. This is 4 Gate Glaives into a 3rd base. Now, the reason why we can afford a 3rd base is because there is no Robo. There's no Robo, which means there's no Warp Prism, which means there's no way to reinforce across the map. This is a macro Glaive Adept build. Not committed, not hyper-aggressive, because of the fast 3rd. So macro Glaive Adepts here by Art. Now, because this is quote-unquote macro Glaives, what this means is that he cannot afford to lose the army. He's going to be warping in Adepts, he's going to be soon moving out across the map, but if he commits too hard, if he throws away his army, then he can potentially just straight up lose the game, because he will have nothing at home to defend. So when he moves out, he ideally just wants to poke. Just poke and prod. He doesn't want to commit to any big shade unless he feels certain that he can't get damage for it. Meanwhile, we spoke about the 3:15 lair timing and the way. What's it for? Roach speed. So really fast roach speed here by Wayne, which means I'm pretty sure he does want to counterattack. Lips moving out. Wayne, he skipped link speed to afford the fast lair. Lips say thread in the shade. Wayne, he should have a wall. There we go. Does fully wall off. So far, so good. Depth, stay thread in the shade. Oh. Doesn't quite commit in. He's shading towards the mineral lands. He commits, and it's going to be a one-way trip. Drones are going to be going down, so RT will get some damage done for this. Here we go, 6, soon to be 7 drone kills. Can we get up to 8? Can we get up to 9? Ooh, we can. 9 drones. 9 drones go down, and from here, now it's go time. Now back at home, what does Art have to defend? He'll have 1 immortal. He's about to have 1 immortal. Art, he will have a warp in. He's got 2 sentries, sword ups. He doesn't really have much, to be honest. There's not much here at home. And Wayne, he was starting to move out, but Wayne, he thinks better of it. I think he can break this base potentially. But Wayne, he pulls away, morphing in a Ravager. Wayne, he supply blocks. Oh, that's slowing him down. And Wayne, he feels like he missed his window. I feel like he still could have gone, but he feels like he missed his window. And Archie's gotten away with it. He's gotten away with it. Infestation mid all the way for Wayne. Working towards Hive Tech. Or even Infestors. Oh, sorry, even Swarmhost. But at this point, we should be working towards Hive and towards Hydra Lurker attack. That's what I would imagine is going to be on the way here for Wayne. Just to go inside with his range upgrades. But we'll see. Yep, there it is. There's that Hydrogen. Hive has begun, and we are working towards Lurkers. We're getting into a longer game. So far, I would say this was very successful out of Arts. Initially, I was a little bit concerned about how he would commit and how he would counterattack and what damage he would get done with his adepts, but let's say that they did get quite a lot of damage. Art successfully got his 3rd. He successfully saved it. He successfully deterred Wayne. And now Art able to embrace Blink and Storm. Able to get into it all. Well, let's go. Able to embrace everything here. And here we go, Art on 3 bases, no 4th, no 4th, he does commit across the map. He's now built up to how many Immortals? He's built up to 3. 3 Immortals, has Blink Stalker, Storm is done, and this is designed to break the Zerg before Lurkers. And as you can see, Lurker Den is still not done. The Lurkers are not ready. They're not ready for this. Art, he's going for the kill here and now, and even with the Lurker Den finishing, he needs to buy time to actually morph in the Lurkers. To morph in the Lurkers and to even invest into the upgrades. Wayne is in trouble. Wayne is off the supply, but the soup does lie. The soup is lying. Does go for the counterattack. That means he has even less to defend. Alright, pushing in. But now he's just clearing creep. Just gotta keep going. I gets a couple of Hydras. 3 Lurkers are morphing in. Yeah, we have 3 Lurkers on the high ground. Now is the time. He's gonna go for it. Yeah, Arch is giving Wayne a lot of time here. Lurkers are morphing in. There's the blink. Yeah, does blink in. Does spot the Lurkers. Massive storms. Oh my god. And Lurkers are trying to borrow, but the storms are brutal. And Artie's done it. Artie has done it. He's breaking on through. Does he go for the blink? He does. Does blink in. Takes down every single Lurker, and there is nothing left to defend. Roach is counterattacking. This is nice damage, but Art is doing critical damage. As Art has defensive warp ins. Likewise, he commits across the map. The Wilds, they get 1 adept. Ravagers are exposed. Again, the Lurkers, they were just too little too late. They were just a little bit too late there. I mean, Art, he was aware of his window. He's aware of that timing. Oh. The prison went down. Uh-oh. The prison went down. That should not have happened. 25 probes going down across the map for 37 drones. Alright, that was meant to end the game, and that should have ended the game, but alas, he was forced to warp in back at home. He lost the War Prism. Oh wait, no, he didn't, but it wasn't quite with the army to save those Immortals. It should have been with the army. So a bit of a slip up towards the end there from Art. Unable to preserve his units. And now where are we? So Art, he's up in probes. 45 workers for Art. We have 37 drones for Wayne. Wayne, he at least has a bottom left. He does have a base up and running. Art is aware of the expansion, so he's not in the dark. He knows what's going on. And lurkers are morphing in. Now, right now, Art can still kill Wayne, but there is a chance here for Wayne to recover and to slow the game down. Lurkers, as you can imagine, they can do a great job at just turtling back at home. And slowly rebuilding that economy. It's viable here. It's possible for Wayne. Ooh, as the prison does hit the expansion, denies mining. That is brutal. Spines, they get a kill. They get a stalker. Nice snipe on the stalker. As they do go back in. Getting 9 drones. Oh, 10. Oh, the prism. Alright, prism goes down. Alright, does overextend. Wayne does at least catch the war prism. Behind this has to be rebuilt. I still do give the edge to Arts, but that will change as the lurker count is getting higher. Now, obviously, the thing about lurkers, of course, they are stationary units, so trying to defend the fringe base is going to be difficult, whether it's bottom left or center right. We'll see where Art does strike when he pushes. But it's getting intense. The Marines have been massaged, the disruptors have been drained. If I was ever awake at 5 AM EST, I would totally play in Sparkling Tuna Cup. Let's go! Let's go. Time to wake up at 5 AM. I woke up at 2 AM to cast this tournament. That's why I'm especially for the first like 2 series, 2.5. I was very much so slurring my words. Oh, the slurring. We're back, we're here. We have awoken. We're locked in. Wayne is zoned away. But hey, Wayne is up to now 60 drones. Like he's recovering. He's droning. Now 6 more lurkers. How many in total? 16. Sorry, 13. 13 lurkers. Gonna be 13 lurkers. That's a lot of lunkers. Wayne, can he make a game out of this? Can he pull off the comeback? He's almost there. I say almost. Wayne is still split. He has lurkers still on the right-hand side and lurkers on the left. Ooh, Wayne, he does borrow in time. Art, he does respond to the army. Does not go for the base trade. Turns back around. Takes down the lurker. Gets one. Same time they'll run by. Very clean up. Oh my god, as Stalkers, they attempt to push into lurkers, they get punished for it. A lot of Stalkers do go down. Storms, they lead the charge. Oh, my Templar, he gets 1. He gets 2. 2 Templar go down. The Storm was lackluster. Art with the miscontrol. And Wayne, he's back. Wayne, he's back in this game. It was a rough road to recovery, but he's there. And again, Art, he had the opportunity. He was doing well for himself. I mean, he still does. Oh, catching out some lurkers. Okay, doesn't quite kill them. He's pulling back to defend. One lurker goes down. Ooh. Just get 1, gets 2. Gets up to 3. Another storm. Oh, but a brutal fight pushing up his rim. Storms are making up for it. Very, very messy here from both sides. Lurkers are going down. High Templar also going down as well. Very messy. Blitz speed is on the way. Getting ready for some Dropper Lords. Meanwhile, Art is securing his 4-base setup, and what do we go for? Skytoss. Stargate's on the way into Fleet Peak and into Skytoss. 11 more Lunkers here for Wayne. That's a lot of Lunkers. Now moving in. What's going to be 17? It's going to be 24. Jesus. Alright, getting there. Oh, sorry, 20. So 20 Lurkers pushing forward. Celeron Mike gets attempted, catching at a Queen. Ooh, pushing into these Lurkers, not going to be easy. High Templar take a lot of hits, they take a lot of damage. One, High Templar goes down, he gets two. Gets two, High Templar gets sniped. Two Templar go down. Catching out some Lurkers. Okay, 3, 4, 5 Lurkers. 6! Catching out 6 free Lurkers. Getting up to 7. Ooh, but there's a recall. Does attempt to recall back. Ooh, our position here. Where are the storms? Where are the storms? Oh, a messy fight. Yeah, very messy here. Yeah, not the recall he was hoping for. Everything goes down. The High Templar, the Immortals. GG gets called. And Wayne, he will bring it back and take game number 1. Whew. GG. A very intense game 1 there. Very intense, very close, very clutch. Could have gone either way. Initially, Art had the lead. Art had a very strong start, breaking down the bases, breaking the Lurker army as well before the Lurkers could really build up. Again, it was a very impressive display there by Art, but if you recall, he barely did not break his opponent. We did bring up the fact that his Prism was too far back, so he wasn't there to juggle his units, to preserve his Immortals, to reinforce and warp in. So the Prism just was out of position and not really a factor towards the tail end of that fight, and with that he was punished, lost too much. GG well played. Also want to give props to Wayne, of course. As we mentioned, if you can build up enough Lurkers, you can just survive long enough to eventually max out yourself. He got there. Did get there. GG. Oh. GG. As we're now getting into our next game. Jumping into game number 2, and we'll see if Arch can make a series out of this, or if Wayne can close it out. I'm hoping for a game 3, but the pressure is on. Pressure is on. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the yellow Zurich player. The yellow Zurich player himself leading the series 1-0. Whew, with a crazy comeback in that last game, it is Wayne. So Wayne. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back, make a series out of this. It representing Quasar. It is Art. Not to be confused with Art. And not to be confused with the other Art as well. Let's go. But now though, we're settling in. Alright, settling in. Have our initial openers. And it's going to be a hatch gas pool standard opener out of Wayne. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Really, our eyes are going to be on Art. As a reminder, what did Art go for last game? Remember, he went for an economic glaive build. He went 4 gate glaives into a fast 3rd expansion, and he did quite well for himself with it. He was able to kill 9 drones, if you recall. He was able to make it back home, able to build up his immortal count, able to break out and hit a very strong storm timing before lurkers. Unfortunately, the timing of the build was all solid, but the execution was a little bit lackluster, as again he was unable to reinforce or preserve his army and did lose too much towards the end. It was an impressive hold out of Wayne. And Wayne, the comeback began from then from there. As now, everything's looking normal. Again, our eyes are mainly on Art here for his tech of choice. Based on the pylon location, looks like a Stargate, but we'll see. We'll see if he goes Twilight Council again. Oh, as he does not get the turn. There we go, Stargate's on the way. The reason why we assume this is going to be Stargate is because if we're going to high-tech, the pylon is usually thrown down behind the mineral line, or in between the bases. Either this location or this location. So for it to be closer to the edge of the main base, it'll be easier to scout, but also it's faster for the Oracle to zoom across the map. Every second counts. Like, every second does count, so if you're being aggressive, you want to move up with the Oracle, you do want your Stargate as close as possible to reduce that time, that distance. So this time, standard play out of Art. So far, at least. Unless we go Void Ray. Oracle. Oracle opener out of Art. So far I've rallied home. He should be moving out across the map. There is a build where you can keep your Oracle at home and bank up a second Oracle, but likewise that's usually if you hide the Stargate. You can like bank up your Oracles and then move out across the map. Speaking of banking up Oracles, we are supply blocked. We're still supply blocked by. Oh, that's a very late pylon. Oh, late pylon going for the 3rd as well. That is a big supply block here. Cancels the Oracle, starts up the Twilight. Oh god. So a bit of an awkward start, as he's still supply blocked. Just now breaks out, has to chrono out that Oracle. Now, again, because he keeps the Oracle at home, that means that Wayne skips spores. No spore in the main. There is thankfully a spore at the natural, but there's no spore at the 3rd base either. So only 1 spore. The queens are somewhat in position. And you can see the spore reposition as well, because the Oracle should be here. So Wayne, he believes it's not Oracle. That's why he does move the spore over instead. So right now he's vulnerable. So this is a cheeky build here by Art. So it doesn't go for the Oracles. Behind this, it was a fast Twilight Council into Glaive Adepts. And now he moves out. I think if the spore is not ready, Wayne is out of position. He's vulnerable. He's exposed. He is in danger. And drones are going to be going down. There we go. He has to pull the boys away. Likewise, does reposition the spore. 1, 2, 3 drones. 4 drones. Oh god. 5 drones. 6 workers go down, getting it to 7. The Oracles, they will get away, and we are not done. We are working into Glaives. Wayne, he attempts a counterattack. Does attempt. Being turned away. Wayne does pull back. I'm going for a standard layer timing. And I believe, unfortunately, Wayne, he has not seen these adepts. They've been backing up. They've been preserved in the main, and now it's go time. Now, Wayne, he does have some safety roaches, but he has no Sim City here at the natural, so adepts, they can shade in. That's a lot of adepts. that's a lot of adepts. And he only just now gets spotted. There we go. The Overlord does confirm. Wayne, he just droned. He just made workers. Now is not the time. It's all about the roaches, all about the links, all about the defense. Let us say threat in the shade. Wayne, he zones away the oracles, at least. Ooh, the 4th base is cancelled. That's already a nice start here for Art. Very nice. Let's do threat in the shade. Rotating over. Rotate once again, turning into the shade. This time he is yet to commit, actually. So Wayne, he's holding his own. He's holding his own. He defends, he deflects. Drone-wise and base-wise, he is not in a good position. Remember, his 4th was cancelled, so he needs a 4th base desperately, and he needs to drone desperately as well if we're going for a longer game. There's infestation with this should be for Hive Tech. So Wayne, he's once again taking up towards what looks to be lurkers. What looks to be. As the pit is now done, Hive is on the way. We should soon be seeing the Hydrogen, but the question becomes, can Art break Wayne before Lurker Tech? There's that Hydrogen. Wayne does spot the army. There's no power units here, so for now Wayne is okay. When it comes to power units, we're once again working towards Immortals and Storm. So just like last game, we're going to be looking to hit a Storm timing. Will Wayne be ready for it though? He wasn't last time. He was not. So just stretching. There's our Lurker Den, almost halfway done. Meanwhile, Storm about to complete. So as you can see here, Art, he is hitting before Lurker Tech. And Lurker Den only halfway done. It's not ready. Can Wayne make a stand? He's maxed. He's maxed out. He cut workers at 75 or 76. More Stalkers warping in. Oof. A brutal Storm. Still trading well. Another Storm connects. And there's still plenty, but there's still at least 3 more. Down to 2. At least 2 more. Oh, down to 1. A little bit cavalier with those final Storms. A little bit trigger happy with them. As Wayne does push forward. 7 drones they go down. He still can't hold on. The Storms, they did well enough. They did their job. I say that. Wayne starts stepping in. He wants the Immortal. He gets 1. Takes down 1 Immortal. Once again, the Prism a little bit too far back. Unable to save the Immortal. No High Templar left. Art pulls away. And Wayne, he does it again. Yeah, I say he does it again. This time a much stronger hold here, because Wayne, yes, he did lose, what was it, 7 to 8 drones in the mineral line, but he saves the expansion. He saves most of his workers, and now he can indulge and embrace Lurker Tech. Now he's free to drone. He's free to drone out, free to saturate, free to take more bases. When he has weathered the storm. Now remember, the soup does lie. Currently, Wayne, he's maxed out, but he's maxed out with a very inefficient army. Check the unit tab here, he has 22 roaches. Like, it's mainly a roach-based army, so this is not very supply efficient. Because of that, I do still think that Wayne cannot break these defenses. Alright, he's poking in. Things are shut down. And we just see Art embracing the late game, going for his own Stargate into Skytoss. Now, the roles have been reversed. Now there is a window in time where Wayne has access to Lurkers and Hydras, and Wayne can try to break Art before Skytoss. Ooh, that's 1 Lurker. 2 Lurkers go down. Nice catch. Spire already on the way here from Wayne. Getting ready for the Sky Toss. Still on the right hand side. A slow loss runway. It's going to be dealt with. Oh, the revelation is brutal. They're losing 2 lurkers here in the process. Wayne bleeding out a lot of lurkers. As it's going to be a 6 high Templar with the army, at least 6 storms, at least. That's a lot of storm. And Art is maxing out. And again, Art is maxed out with a superior army. Brutal storms. The high Templar, they overextend. Oh my god, they did overextend. A bit of miscontrol there by Art. And wish I'm pushing into lurkers. Dang. But yeah, it looks like Art, he was distracted here by the counterattack. Was distracted. That was a much better fight for Wayne. Again, that was 7 High Templar going down. A lot of Stalkers as well. Like, that was not the fight to take. And now Wayne, he traded out his Roaches and replaces them with what? With Zerglings. With Ling, Hydra, Lurker, ideally Viper support as well. But now a much more effective army. Baits out the stasis, splits off some units. Getting some of the southern side commands. Ooh, nice spine shots. Yeah, spine shots on those High Templar. And while we distract, the army does come in on the right hand side of the second army, I should say. Take down the expansion. The Rookers, they back off. Does back off. RT may have lost his 5th base, but he's still on 4 bases. Like, he still can max out. He has an economy large enough to max out. And he already has, what, 4 Tempests, soon to be 5. It's a lot of Tempest. Lurker around my here on the right hand side. Catching out some probes. Some damage. We do have Corruptors building up as well. +1 fire attack about to complete. So Wayne has been refining his army. No spellcasters yet. So I'm moving in. Again, both armies are maxing. I still do favor Art's maxed out army in a head-on fight. It's all about Wayne trying to catch him off guard, trying to split up the army, trying to attack where his main army is not. Behind this, the economy is decent. It's solid. Oh, Lurkers are getting within range of the High Templar. There we go, gets one. High Templar, likewise diving on that mothership. Will snipe, not bad. At the same time, Hydras, they push on the right hand side, but they didn't quite make it through. Lings it into the bases. Hydras do not. Good. Brutal storms. As Wayne bleeds out Hydras and Lings, he does replace them with more Corruptors. Ideally, you want to get rid of most of these Hydras. You want to morph in the Hydras to Lurkers. Have Corruptors for your anti-air, Lurkers for your anti-ground, and just Ling support. As this is a very gas-intensive army. And he rotates to the right-hand side. Art's out of position. Yeah, Art's completely out of position. He's racing on over. Lurkers pushing within range of the Nexus, of the base itself. Jeez, the Strike just dragging the army into Lurkers. Just drag the army in. Reinforcements getting called out. Nice catch on the observers. He gets one, he gets two observers. Ooh, no detection. No detection. The Tempest. Tempest are exposed. GG gets called. No detection. Tempest around the open. And with that, Wayne, he does pull Art apart. He will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the playoffs. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very intense game here. Once again, we had Art with the lead early on. Game 1 and Game 2, Art, he did have momentum, he did have a lead, he was looking powerful at the start of the game, coming into the mid-game as well, but then as the game progressed, he was torn apart by the counterattacks, by the run-bys, by the split pushes here of Wayne. Wayne, he was in danger, as we mentioned. Like, there was definitely a window in time where we could have seen Art, like, thrive, and could have seen him break through and push through and be more assertive, be more aggressive, but alas, wasn't quite able to go for it, didn't quite commit to any of that, and GG. GG, well played with that. Wayne, who will take the 2-0. And now let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out what's going on. Oh, that was the final series of round 4, and now we are getting into round 5, the final round of the group stage. We're going to be going in a short break. When we come back, we will have our final series of the broadcast. Up next is going to be a best of 3 between our remaining players to determine who else makes it through into the playoffs. As so far, we have Wayne, Nicorette, and Milky Cow. All 3 of them have made it through. Congratulations. And again, we'll catch up. We'll catch up soon to you.